Hey gorgeous, welcome to Soft Girl Sunday. Okay, so today I just want to share a little bit more about my soft girl cam style approach. And this time, I really want to look at it in terms of an energy perspective. Let me put some lip gloss on, pause. And I'm feeling a little bit naked without my earrings. I can be completely my natural lingerie on camera, but if I don't have my earrings, it's crazy. And the craziest thing is, okay, so I have this channel's my 90s, plus I have this, which is the classier version. Tell me why I lost one of each. How does one do that? So it's not like I can wear these two. It's crazy. I'm like, as long as we have high heels and earrings on, we're good. So at least I'm gonna put a lip gloss on before I talk about this. Okay, gotta have something. So, my goal this week is really kind of like, I would say narrowing down on my energy, but really pouring into the lusciousness of it. So first, before I dip my toe into this any further, my disclaimer for anyone from the vanilla lifestyle who's watching this video. This is not to promote being Aphrodite in the bedroom. It's a job that's highly stigmatized. It's under persecution. I'm trying to remember what else I'm going to say in terms of my disclaimers. And it's a last resort job. However, this last resort job, air quotes, has given me my dignity back in more ways than one. And for those of you listening to the podcast, I apologize you couldn't see the hoop earrings that I showed earlier. But today, this one might be one to do more of a video version anyway, because I want to walk you through my schedule and my energy, because energy at the end of the day is the limited currency, right? So something that especially, like, I feel so bad because I feel like ideally I would be like the cam models that I see in MFC that like have these huge rooms and huge shows and huge parties, and like they cultivate this environment, this community. That would be my dreams camming style. However, I've learned the hard way I can't have a camming style like that. And I guess I'm just really more of your boutique girl, and especially with some of my health things that I have going on in the background. Kind of use this example. So I'm carrying this big scarf. So if I have this big scarf, right, I have to like essentially like give someone this much of my energy in open chat, like an inch of this big scarf. That way when we go to private chat, they can get the entire scarf. If you think about the scarf representing my energy field. And I used to do it vice versa, where I used to laugh, talk, everything, and then kind of wonder why people weren't valuing me. So, I have the background as a trainer, so I'm always like, what is the highest performance of myself as a woman? And my highest performance version of myself is me being a woman who's in her femininity. And something personal that I'm working on is that I find that if I've been in open chat for a long time, well, this is very vulnerable to share, when I'm taking private, I find myself rushing the privates, and I do not know why. Because that's what I've been waiting for. That's what I've been like trying to kind of like, like that's kind of the goal. That's what's the most excited to be in. And so this morning I tried to give myself the analogy of thinking about it as like it's got to be really confusing from the customer when they're like, okay, there's this soft, relaxed woman, and then I take her private. And if you think about it, because everything's energy, it's kind of like the energy of the interaction, the energy of the camming shifts, because I'm like, oh my goodness, I really want to make this person happy. And that's not the soft girl version either, versus just being like, oh my goodness, this is so delicious, the time that we get to have together. So energetically, I kind of feel like I'm like this sparkling cotton candy champagne, right? It's kind of like lounging like Aphrodite in the bedroom or Cleopatra in open chat. But then when I take private, I want to look or feel like this goddess emerging from all the water and feel sensual in my body and just, you know what I mean? Just be like this delicious tantric tease. However, instead, I shift the polarity by going into my, I can't even call it masculine, but most people would probably think about it as masculine, wounded masculine energy. So, what I've kind of done here is that's something that I'm just working on this week. I'm working that when I'm taking private, the visuals that I've given myself is just this gorgeous robe falling off of my body, and I'm really enjoying my time in private more. Now within this, because it's all about the lusciousness of my energy, there's certain things that in terms when it comes to a soft girl way that I have to kind of look at things, right? Because the limiter in this whole entire equation is going to be my energy. So how rested am I energetically? What's my diet like? What's my fitness like? Like all of that really goes into the ultimate kind of goal. And so I have a spreadsheet. I'm lifting this up that way I can kind of see, and I'll try and put the spreadsheet in here. But the spreadsheet looks at my body self-care for camming, and if I have enough courage, the next week's video might be about aftercare, what things you can do to get back into your body after webcamming. So I try and exercise 10 minutes before, exercise after. I also stretch. My camming schedule, working on my Only Angels, marketing on my Only Angels, scheduling and shooting PPVs. I have that lined up on my schedule as well. And then I also have, as part of my calendar, organization and my personal life outside of streaming. So, webcamming. So, working on scheduling time for family, scheduling time for being in my personal life, scheduling time to work on my safe for work business things. Definitely have some kind of safe for work business plan going on in the background. So yeah, that's so important to me. So that's all a part of this schedule. And there's something called a bell curve in statistics. And so if you think about the bell curve, it's literally like a curve, and it's really looking at like what is the fullest amount, like the way I look at it is what is the amount of energy that you can keep it in its most luscious vibration and have that for the longest amount of time. Now, if I take care of my mental, physical together, mental, physical, and mindset together, sleep, nutrition, my nervous system's down regulated, all those different things are in place. The longest amount of time that I've ever been able to do is not ever able. The longest amount of time that I can do consistently, if everything is taken care of, is 5 hours. Now my limiter is around 10:30. So like, let's say if I don't get my normal starting time of like 3 a.m., 3, 4 a.m., by 10:30, I'm kind of done. So even if I start at 8:30, by 10:30, there's something about the 10:30 mark, which I'm kind of done. So then I might be better off doing the afternoon shift. So this is just, how I'm currently running my own cam business, trying to, and what's really sexy about this is the more that I practice the soft girl life in this, it's teaching me the soft girl life with tools outside of this. So if you're also a fellow webcam goddess, please comment below. I love to hear and see what you do. Always feels very vulnerable to put this kind of out there. But it's kind of personal life coaching for whoever, for myself and whoever wants to walk with me. Yeah. So that's a beautiful one. I'll see you next time. Oh, and so for my ASMR listeners, I shoot my ASMR videos usually every Sunday to come up tomorrow, next day on Monday. So for my ASMR, I had a comment about this, about ASMR, and I didn't quite understand the comment, so I left a reply, and I thought I saw a reply back. It was something about me wanting to do, or asking me to do drumming sounds. And now I can't find the comment that you left, so please feel free to leave it again. I feel bad because I was going to record the video today. I don't understand it. But I think what I'm going to do is, this will be what's on the task for our ASMR tomorrow. I'm gonna talk about the story of Chrysanthemum. I love this story as a kid. Okay, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.